Hi, welcome back to Lolo's Talk Show in Albuquerque. I welcome you to my channel. Thank you for being here. Today I have a special guest, a wonderful lady, aspiring lady, a lady that has a personality with heart, soul, loving. You're going to love her. But anyway, she has an extraordinary story for you, and it's a true story. But I'd also like to tell you, with the coronavirus going on, we work together. We get screened every day. So we're safe. We make sure we're safe every day to save us, save you, and save everybody's life. So it's okay for us to be here because, like I said, where we work, we get screened every day. So it's safe. But I'd like to welcome you to my channel, and I would love and my pleasure to introduce you to a young lady, aspiring lady. And don't say you cannot do it because you can. And we got proof here. So let me introduce you to my wonderful lady, Carla. How
Hi.
are you doing today?
Good. Hi, Loretta.
Thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome.
Okay, so you know we get screened every day.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes, we do. We make sure we don't have a fever, none of our symptoms. That's why we're here. We're ready to go.
And you're ready to help people out there,
Ready to
right?
help people. Yes, I am.
Good, and that's what she's here for. But anyway, okay, so let me ask you. Actually, let me say a comment. Thank you so much for risking your life every day in the front line at a retail store.
Yeah, that is hard. But we do it for the public to make sure that all our customers are able to get the stuff that they need to survive out there.
Right.
Because with all the closures and all the people being stuck at home, we need to make sure that they get all their stuff. And if we're not there on the front lines to do it, who else is?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I love my job. I love where I'm at, and I wouldn't change it.
And you do very well with it.
Thank you.
You are so much in customer service. I can't believe it. People just love you there.
Thank you.
I mean, I work in the back. Nobody sees me, but they see you right in the front, risking your life every day of this coronavirus.
Yes.
And I want to say thank you. Do you ever have customers come and tell you thank you for risking your life every day?
Actually, I do. Actually, we do get a few people here randomly as they're leaving, wearing their masks, which we ask everybody to do. They say thank you for being here and thank you for doing what you do. And what my comment is thank you for saying that. It means the world to hear it.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
And I always comment back to those people. When they're walking by and I'm standing there and they make that comment, I always tell them thank you and be safe out there. Thank you, folks.
You're so loving. I appreciate you. Have you ever had a conflict from a member that not wearing their mask?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm thinking people are being very adult-like about it. And they are taking that precaution. I think everybody is we're all keeping each other safe. And I thank everybody that goes into a retail store and wears a mask anywhere in public. I thank everybody for doing that because they're helping us and we're helping those kids get back to school.
Yeah. Yeah, very well said. I appreciate that very well. Okay. All right, Carla.
Ready?
Let's talk about you.
Let's do this.
Let's talk about how you can help the audience or anybody with the same situation that's happening all over the world.
So addiction is a very strong and mean word. Addiction does not discriminate whether you're a woman, a man, young, old. If addiction hits you and you think you can handle it, you're wrong.
Yes.
You're wrong. If you don't handle that addiction, it's going to take you under. I was a crackhead for 17 years. Okay? I've been clean 13.
Good for you.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Those 17 years were hard years. I had a lot of jobs. I was working for this company, a a really good company when I was young.
Right.
I was 19. I was working for a really good company, had my future going, and I met my husband, and he was already involved in drugs. I wasn't. I was real naive. Okay? And when you meet somebody, you think you want to be cool like them. You know? You want.
Well, you were in love, right?
I was. I thought, whatever this man does, I want to do too. So we started snorting cocaine, and before we knew it, we were smoking it. I had a house in Tater Ranch, custom built.
Wow.
I picked a dirt lot and had a house built. I designed it. I had it custom built. I put everything in it brand new. We were working. We were doing great. I had a brand new car. I drove it off the showroom floor. We had the world at our tips of our fingers.
Yeah.
We had everything we wanted. How we threw it away for drugs, at the time, it didn't even faze me, because I was always looking just to be high. I sold my stuff from my house. I stopped paying my house till somebody came and said, I bought your house on the auction. You have a week to move out.
1 week.
1 week. So this house that I designed and I had custom built was taken away from me because I chose to do drugs and get high.
Now, wait a minute. Okay, so you had your house taken away.
Yes.
And you chose to do drugs. Okay, so what made you start doing drugs? I know your husband did.
Yes.
But what, you guys had everything in the world.
Yes.
You were up here
Yes.
high and mighty.
Yes.
But all of a sudden, you and your husband decided to start taking drugs, or?
Well, what happened was the drugs take you. After you do it a couple of times, you think it's social. Before you know it, it's every day. You come from work and that's what you want to do. Then you call in, before you know it, you're calling in to work to stay home and do it.
Just to take the drugs.
Just to stay high all day. Before you know it, you're losing your jobs, you're losing your house, you're losing everything. Because all you want to do is get high. That's it.
That was your life.
That's it. I had drug dealers on speed dial. They would even come and stop by my house and say, do you guys want anything? I know you'll pay me later. They knew. So I don't blame any of the drug dealers. I blame myself. I called them to come to my house and deliver. Come to my house. Yeah, come on. When I lost my house, I packed everything that I owned in a car and moved to my mom's. Didn't even faze me.
With your husband?
With my husband. I never left my husband. My husband and I stayed together till the day he died. That drug use was 17 years strong.
17 years?
Straight.
Crack cocaine?
Crack cocaine. I went to jail. I did 18 months in county.
And why is that?
Because I was always stealing, going to stores, stealing, whatever I could get my hands on to go out there and give it to my drug dealer to get high. That's why when people come into our retail store and they look what I used to look like, I know what they're up to. I know.
Because you used to do it yourself.
Because I recognize it. It's birds of a feather flock together. You know it. You can pinpoint anybody that comes in and there's a drug, they're coming to steal from you. Because I used to do it.
Right.
I used to go to stores. I've stolen from family. Anything.
From your own family?
From my own family. I hurt my grandparents. I've hurt my mother. I've hurt everybody in my family. My grandparents are no longer around, but my mother is. My mother has went through all that I have went through. I have a younger sister that's in prison. She's doing 13 years because she was around me doing drugs, and she got into drugs.
So that's why she's in prison, because of drugs?
Because of drugs, yes. She did something that involved drugs, and now she's in prison for 13 years. She gets out now in October. She went in when she was 18, and she's getting out when she's 33.
Oh, man.
So you tell me whose life's wasted out there, I don't care if you're going to prison, to jail. I don't care if you're living in the streets, because I've done that too. I've lived in my car before.
With your husband?
With my husband. We lived in cars before because people didn't want us in their house because they knew I was going to steal from them.
And that was your own family?
Everybody, yeah, family, friends, everybody knew. Everybody knew that if I went to their house, I was going to steal something from them.
How did you feel about that?
I didn't have a conscience at the time. I never had a conscience while I was hurting the people I loved. Now that I am sober, and I've been sober for so long, I cry about it. Those are the crosses you never stop carrying. You carry that cross with you forever from the people you hurt.
And they say one day of life. But this is every day of your life.
Every day of life.
For the rest of your life.
Yes. Even though I'm clean and sober, you're always still an addict. That never goes away. Like the term they use, you're always an alcoholic, even if you're not drinking. The same term. You're always going to be an addict.
For the rest of your life.
For the rest of my life. Even though I'm doing good, I lost my husband after 26 years. I'm remarried. I have grandkids that I love very much. I have a daughter that I love so much, my heart. But
and they're beautiful kids.
Yes, God gave me that because He knew that I needed that. That's healing me. That heals me every day. Every day I see my grandbabies. I don't care how tired I am. I go and I take care of my grandbabies. I love my grandbabies. They're the world to me.
About your grandbabies, about your kids, about your daughter and everything. Do you ever worry about them being on drugs as well?
Yeah, I do. But I guess being a drug user myself from the past, you recognize it. So I know I would recognize my daughter being on it. You know what I'm saying?
You would know.
I would know. And believe me, I would call her on it. I wouldn't put up with that. My daughter's a good mom. She's a good kid. Well, she's 24, but she's still my kid.
She's still a baby.
She's still my kid. But I don't see my daughter going in that direction. Maybe her kids saved her. I don't know. But my daughter was never in that
direction.
In that way, no. And you got to remember, she's my stepdaughter.
Oh, wow.
I never had kids. I was married 26 years and I never had children.
You're just unable to.
No, unable to. So God, I think, knew that I wasn't being in my right mind and place that I didn't need kids. And now that I was clean and sober, I met a man and I fell in love with his daughter. I fell in love with those kids. I saw them born. So God gave me those, I think, to heal me.
When you met your husband, your first husband, and he was taking drugs
Yes.
and everything, do you think that was bothering you because you couldn't have kids and that's why you went to drugs maybe?
No, because I'm thinking I wanted kids when I was younger, like in my 20s.
Yes.
But then we started drugs. So I never started thinking about them anymore. I just started thinking about how I was going to get high. That's all was it. All I cared about is how I was going to get my crack hit.
If you would have had a child at that time...
I think that would have saved me.
You think so?
I actually do.
But at that time, weren't you so into it, being an addict, do you think...
I think I would have loved the child in me that I would have sacrificed. I would have gave up drugs.
That's
I do. I actually do think I went to harm to my child. Now, I get some women struggle with drug abuse while they're pregnant, while they have children. But let me tell you, women, there's always hope up there. You just got to want it. My family used to tell me all the time, "Are you ready to quit drugs?" I used to get pissed off. No, I'm not. Stop asking.
You weren't ready.
I wasn't ready. Don't ask me. It used to bother me. If you're not happy just coming around and being with me in my life, even though I'm a drug addict, don't come.
But you can't blame them, Carla.
No, but you can't when you're in that state of mind. That's how you think.
Okay.
That's how you think. You think like, yeah, you know, no loss to me. But when you're clean and sober, you realize all the hurt you did to your family, all the bad things you said to them. Like I say, those are crosses you'll never stop carrying, because the love for your family goes on hold for a while because you're chasing that high so bad.
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else matters. Nothing is except getting high. I hurt a lot of people.
You hurt a lot of people.
My family. Family and friends.
What was the worst hurt that you done that you'll never forget?
Stealing my grandparents' Social Security card, Social Security check. That's what they lived on. And I knew where they kept it. So I went and I would take a little bit here and there. And before I knew it, I took the whole freaking envelope. And what broke my heart was my grandpa sitting on his recliner and my mom calling me over, come to grandma's. Okay. My grandma and my grandpa were still alive. My grandpa's sitting on his recliner. And at that time, they had an exterminator come in. And right away, my brain, because you're thinking, well, Pi, the exterminator stole your money. They were in your house. And my mom goes, so grandpa and them can't find their check. I go, wasn't me. And all I remember was my grandpa crying and saying in Spanish, perdóneme. Pardon me for thinking it was you. It wasn't me, Grandpa. It wasn't me.
And it was you.
It was me.
How did you feel? I mean, you didn't feel anything at the time?
No.
But now you
Now I cry a lot. I cry for my grandparents. Because growing up, my grandparents raised me because my mom was a single mother working. So my mom would take me to my grandparents' house to take care of me while my mom was working. I don't know if you know the area, but there's some lomas up off of Coors. And we used to live over there by the flea market. And I was about my granddaughter's age, about 5. And I went to my grandma's house. My mom couldn't find me. She was going crazy. And my grandma called her and said, she's here. And they told me, how did you get here? And I said, rolling and rolling. I came down the hill.
Oh, my goodness.
But I'm telling you, the love that I had for my grandparents growing up is the love I still have for them now. But at the time, I didn't care who I hurt. They didn't know it was me. They did know it was me, but in my head, I said, they didn't know it was me.
But they didn't let you know, though, right?
No.
Because they loved you so much, they figured, well, that will help
you.
What
was sad is like, okay, say they were in the garage and it was chili season and they're peeling their chili and they're putting in their sacks. And I'm going to the bathroom. I could hear my grandpa go follow her. You better go follow her. She's going in the house.
Wow.
Yes. That, now I hear that and like, wow.
But it still bothers you, huh?
Oh, hell yeah. That'll never stop bothering me. I have a heart.
Well, yeah.
I hurt my grandparents. I hurt my mom. I hurt everybody, you know? And like me and my mom are close now. And I tell my mom, I'm so sorry, Mom.
Were you close when you were in drugs at that time, or you still didn't care?
I didn't care. My mom used to go to work real early in the morning. She'd go to work at like 3 in the morning. We were still higher than shit. I tell my husband, close the light till my mom leaves, and then we'll finish getting high, whatever. You know, so my mom leaves, and she doesn't know we're still awake at 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, she would go to work. I didn't know this, but later on she shared it with me that she was always afraid to come home and find us dead.
Hi.
And there was times you get so depressed when you're not doing drugs and you're doing drugs and you're back and forth and you run out of drugs and you get depressed because now you're high and you're not high anymore and now you're hungry and you don't have any food and you're hungry and now you don't have any money to get high. We used to want to turn on the gas and just go to sleep on the stove.
Right.
Only reason why I didn't, because I didn't want my mom to come home and find us. But if we were living alone, we'd probably be dead. Because you get that, you just get that way. Drugs just, they really mess with your heart, your soul, your mind. And I'm telling you people, if you really want it, you can get it. You can stop it and you can live a normal life. Let me tell you, the life that I'm living now, at that time, I used to say, shit, I didn't care. I'm getting high. I don't even know. I don't care. Now I do, because I get up every day. I go to work. I feel so good. Because I'm not high. I'm not high. I'm not sick.
You can comprehend.
Yes, I'm not sick. I'm not waking up sick saying, oh, God, I don't have no food in my stomach. It's just drying up, sucking up. But I'm going to go get high. How can we get high today? And let me tell you, I was a hustler. I could go out and whatever, sell DVDs, whatever I had to do to get high. I'd walk in the cold with a bunch of jackets, a bunch of sweats, because I was going to go meet somebody and they didn't have a car. I would walk the streets to go where I was going to go to get high.
What would your husband do? Would he do the same?
No, he's waiting for me because I was the crazy one.
So you were the moneymaker drugger to
Yep.
bring the drugs in?
Yeah. He used to work. We used to always work. But that money would run out real quick in the night. So we used to say, okay, what's plan A? Oh, it was like, okay, so if I'm picking him up at work, we're going to go cash your check. And you're already thinking, mala, you're sick. You're thinking, okay, let's go get high. Let's go get our shit. That's all you think about is go get your stuff. And then we go, and I would go take a quick toke, and then I would go give my mom her rent. And then I'll go lock myself in my room so she can't come bother me. There's nothing for her to come and ask me. And we would stay getting high all night. You don't even go pee. You don't want to go to the bathroom. You're too scared after you're so high. You don't even want to go to the bathroom. You don't want to take a shower. You don't want to comb your hair. Much less eat.
And you lost a lot of weight while you were taking
I was 85 pounds soaking wet if I was lucky. I wish I would have saved my ID so I could have showed you. But
you were dying slowly.
yeah. Inside, I was drying up inside from my stomach because you don't drink nothing. You don't eat nothing. All you do is smoke. My stomach was filled with nothing but smoke. Crack smoke.
And would you be up for days?
Days.
And not eat for days?
Oh, yeah. You'd get a headache. You'd be like, oh, fuck, give me another toke. That's all you thought.
So what made you cut down or quit or...
So my sister started selling out of my mom's house. Well, she sold to an undercover cop. And the DEA came and they raided my mom's house. Okay?
Oh, God.
And they took it from her. They told us we had to leave that night because they didn't find no drugs. But they told us that we couldn't have the house. So we went to a hotel, motel, or whatever. We were still getting high there. And my husband had gotten an advance from his job to pay for the room.
Right.
Well, I have dogs. And I don't go anywhere without my dogs. Well, I was hiding them in that room. And somebody heard them bark.
Oh, no.
So security came to throw us out. And I had just given them the money for the rent that day. It was like $600 for the week.
Oh, God.
And they didn't want to give it back. They kept it. So we lived in our car for a couple of days. Well, we went to his sister's house on December 22nd. And I said to myself, God, if you get me out of this now, I promise you I'll never smoke crack again. And I kept my promise. And he got me out of it.
That night?
That night we went to his sister's house, December 22nd. I still remember, 2007.
And you asked God, if you get me out of this,
I'm done.
I'll never smoke crack.
I'm done.
And you did
Never
not
did.
smoke crack the day after.
Not even. We went to his sister's house. We asked her for help if we could stay there. We got on our feet. We got an apartment. We ended up getting another nicer apartment, and that's where he ended up dying. But we got on our feet from December 22nd, 2007. I never smoked again.
You never touched the
Nope.
stuff. Do you ever get the urge
Nope.
now?
At first, but my husband and I went through the 4 years being clean together.
Right.
When you do drugs for so long, certain smells get you sick. Like certain burning smells would smell like your Brillo that you would put in your pipe to get high. Certain smells would get you sick.
Like a smoking pipe, maybe?
No, like somebody, I don't know, like sometimes people burn copper.
Oh, okay.
Okay, to put to go and sell it.
Yeah.
So I can smell that anywhere.
Right quick.
Yes, like that.
I
I
don't get
know
you sick.
somebody's burning copper. Not anymore. I've
Not
been clean
anymore.
too long. Nothing phases me anymore. That's why I'm telling people, if you really want it, like it was a life-changing thing for them to kick us out and us to be in a car. I'm even lucky. Some people don't even have a car to sleep in. Some people live on the sidewalk. I'm telling you, people, There's jobs out there that will help you. There's places that will help you. All you got to do is want it. That's all you got to do is want it. I didn't want it. I didn't want it, and I didn't want it till I was done. So low I couldn't go no lower. I'm in a hotel and they're kicking me out because I have dogs. Then I have all my stuff in the car.
Wow.
I'm like, where am I going to go now? What am I going to do now? You know, that's what you start thinking.
You have to live day by day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you got out of it. And
Oh,
now,
yes.
look at you now, Carla. You're doing wonderful. You got
Yes.
a great job. You got diamonds
I
and
got
everything.
diamonds. I got
Instead
rings.
of buying drugs, you're buying diamonds. Every time I
love
see you,
rings.
oh, look at
Look
my
at our
diamond
diamonds.
today. I am so proud of you.
I am too. Thank
Now-
you, Loretta.
You stay that way,
Oh,
Carla.
I will.
And
And you know, I think a lot has to do with it that I would not want to dishonor my husband's memory.
that's your first husband,
My
right?
first husband. Because he's up there and I know he's my angel.
Oh.
And I know he's watching me. I know he is. My grandparents, he's with them. He's with them, telling them, you know, it wasn't her. It wasn't her. It wasn't her.
He
this
sounded
is
like
her.
a wonderful man.
He was. He was a very...
Was he your first love?
Yes. I met him when I was 19.
But you guys got into drugs. I mean, maybe that's why.
I don't know. I know we were drug partners. And like I was telling you, we had an unspoken, and I know a lot of people out there with spouses and they're drugging together. You have an unspoken rule that you just don't get high without each other. That was our thing. What an awful bond, you know.
But you had a bond. You
it was
guys
a
suffered
bond.
together.
We
You
did.
guys went through
But I'll
hard
tell
times.
you one thing. Nobody could talk about him to me, and vice versa. Nobody could talk to him about me. Like,
Right.
nobody could put us down. We were a team, and nobody could split us up. We would walk, like, if I would steal from somebody and they would throw us out, we'd walk together in the street. Let's go somewhere. And we'd be walking
Together.
with our dogs. Let's go. Fuck it.
He will always be your love then.
Yes, he will. I love my husband now. I do. He's a
Of
good
course,
man.
of course.
He's a very good man. He treats me like the world. He does everything for me no matter what I want.
You're spoiled.
I'm very spoiled. I don't cook. He does everything. I don't cook. I don't clean. I don't do laundry. I don't do nothing. This man does everything for me. Everything that I could. But he loved me since I was young.
Right.
He loved me since I used to take care of him. Excuse me. I used to babysit him and his sister when my mom and his mom used to work together. And I used to babysit him. I didn't like him. He bugged me. But we went our own ways. He got married. I got married. He had his his kids,
Yeah.
whatever. And we ended up being together.
Together.
So I believe that my first husband was my true love.
Your soulmate?
Yes, this husband is my destiny. Because that's my destiny. This is the rest of my life.
You're very fortunate, Carla.
I am. Thank you.
You're very fortunate to have a husband like that. And
I am.
have an angel looking over you.
Yes. Have one taking care of me up here and one down here.
Well, there you go.
See?
You got two in both
Yes,
worlds. That's
I do.
wonderful. I can't even find a man, but that's all right. That's okay.
And I had two
don't
in a
have
life.
no diamond rings yet, but one day. But anyway, Carla, what can you advise young people, old people, adults?
As my experience, people don't even experiment with it. Everybody thinks that they have a handle on it. Everybody thinks that they won't get addicted to it. Well, I'm sorry, you will. You will. There's just no way around it. Your tolerance, whatever you might think, you're a social user. Believe me, that's going to be an everyday thing. I've been around so many people because you get high with everybody.
Right.
You know, so I'm telling these people that if you really want to be clean, you got to just put your mind, your heart, and your soul into it. And even though you're saying, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want it, when you want it, you'll know.
Right.
Because I did. I knew. Once I didn't know where to go. I asked God for help. Now, not everybody might not believe in God. Somebody might ask a different higher power. My mind was to ask God to get me out of this hell that I was in. And now I'm past it. I'm past it all. And I know people can do it. I know they can because I was the worst. I was the worst. I could tell you a lie. I could cry on a drop of a dime to make you feel sorry for me, and you give me money. Only thing I never did was stand on the streets and beg for money because I was a hustler. I didn't need to.
You stole.
I stole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever wasn't nailed down was
gone.
Gone. At that time, pawn shops knew me. All the pawn shops knew me. Oh, yeah, bring it, come on. Because they knew I was bringing it. Give me money. Give me money.
I got to ask you a question. Is it true, and this is stories I've heard, once you try crack, do you get hooked that fast?
Yes.
With it? It is true.
Yes. Like you can do lines, and a lot of people get hooked on doing lines.
Yes.
A lot of people will never smoke. A lot of people, that's just their thing of snorting. My thing is I wanted a better high. So better like that you smoke and it's instant. As soon as you let that smoke out, you're high. You don't snort it and you wait for that high to come and you're drinking or whatever and it's going down your throat and you're numb.
You smoke and boom,
you're high. As soon as you do that toke and you put that breath out, you're in another world.
That's it.
You're done. You're done.
So kids, you heard that. If you try it once, you're doomed. So don't even try it. Don't go there. Believe me, it's not worth it. I mean,
nowadays, I don't believe crack is the thing nowadays.
No.
I think more of the kids are into meth and smoking the pills. That is so dangerous. You guys are going to die. You guys are smoking synthetic drugs. Cocaine, crack was made from cocaine. At least it was something that was, you're making it.
You're making it.
You're making it. Where all you guys are smoking and getting high from, I don't even know the stuff these kids are doing anymore. All you all need to do is stop. That's all I'm telling you because drugs get more advanced every year. Back in the days when I was smoking crack, that was the thing. And then people got into meth. I didn't even know what that was at that time. I've never done that because I don't even, like I said, it gets advanced every year.
Right.
So all I know is they're probably not experimenting with crack anymore.
Right.
But they are doing drugs of some kind and they need to stop.
Don't even go there, kids. Please.
Stop.
And parents, keep an eye on them.
Keep an eye on your kids because you might be letting them go with somebody that does drugs and you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
My mom used to let me take care of my younger sister. My mom wouldn't even dare think that her daughter was on crack. And look at my daughters and my sisters in prison.
For drugs.
For drugs. So I'm telling you, just don't. Like I said, drugs are more advanced nowadays. I'm sure it's way past what I'm ever experimented with or experienced. All I know is it can't be good.
They're putting too many chemicals
yes.
and stuff that kind of burns your brains out.
Well, yeah, like they got to realize that if they're hooked on something, something's wrong. Stop.
Right.
Stop. Get some help. There's a lot of people out there that'll help you. A lot of counselors, a lot of programs, a lot of places. And I know because I was in them.
Right. And they can help, right?
Yes, they can. But you got to want it. I've done jail time. I went to jail for 18 months. I was on probation for stealing and
all kinds of stuff.
When I went to court, I was always dirty. When I would go to my probation officer, he didn't even want to mess with me anymore. He put me away. Go away for 18 years. Put your probation out. You're gonna finish it in the county because I couldn't stay clean. So stop because you're gonna end up in prison, county jail, or 6 feet under. And I know because I've had friends that have died. My husband died. My sister's in prison. Just live your life to the fullest and stop.
And live a good life.
Live a good life.
Like you are now, Carla.
Hard work. I know it kicks your butt, but man, you feel good when you go home and you get that check.
Right, right.
I'm telling you. Instead of hustling, work.
Work. Go to work.
Go to work.
Make a life.
Make
Go
a
on
life.
vacation.
Go get your temperature taken.
Get a hobby. Stay away from drugs,
Yeah.
kids. Really,
Yes.
stay away from drugs. It's
Yeah.
not that cool. And
No,
don't
you're
smoke
not.
either.
Before you know it, your friends don't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, really, because you'll think you're going to steal from them.
Yeah.
Carla, thank you so much.
You're so welcome,
And
Loretta.
I'm sure you're going to help
I
a lot
hope
of
I
people.
did. I hope, even if it helps one person out there,
Right.
I am so happy. My heart is full.
Well, that's what my channel's all about.
Yeah.
Is helping people.
Yes.
I mean, that's what we're doing. Is
Yes.
helping people. Maybe
Yes.
they'll take your advice.
I hope
Maybe
so.
they won't. But they should. I mean, look what the life you went through. You went hard times. Now you're doing great.
I've had everything to nothing and having it all again.
Yes.
So there is a chance and hope for you all out there.
Right. Any last words? Any comments to the audience?
No, just that you got to take pride in your own self, your own life. You got to control it. Nobody's going to help you unless you want it or you ask for it. Nobody can read a mind. You got to ask. You got to talk to people. Even if it's your family and you've hurt them so much, I guarantee you, if you go to your family and you tell them, I'm so sorry, I love you, help me, they'll help you.
Right. So there's no such thing as, I'm going to try. There is a such thing that says, yes, I am going to do it because you did it.
I did it. I did it. From never wanting it and my getting mad at everybody asking me, now they can't tell me how happy they are. My sister-in-law tells me all the time, remember you used to tell me you didn't want to quit? Look at you. Yeah.
It's true.
It's true. So cut it out, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Carla.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for spending this time with us and the world out there. All right. Thank you so much for watching our channel. We hope you really take this
Hope it helps
advice.
everybody.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, you guys. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Have a great day and love yourself. Bye-bye.